Brodes Media.
The Phils dropped 2 out in Seattle. We are recording this Sunday night, which means we just witnessed the only win of the series. Why that's important? Because I don't want that to mask the bigger issues. That series was a disaster. Friday night, I had to watch Garrett Stubbs pitch again. He's already pitched more times this season, in the last 2 weeks, than he should ever pitch in his entire career. It was 8-0 in the second inning. This is the first time they took the diamond since all talking about needing a refresh, having an off day, traveling to the West Coast. So you would think their mentality would be, let's go start off strong. And 2 innings into this 10-game road trip, they're down 8 runs. The score finished, 10-2? I don't count any of it. After the second inning, they got shut out 8-0. That's what happened. And yeah, look, the Tyler Phillips story is cute. I'm trying to win a championship, though. And this dude was leaving meatballs over the plate. It's 1-0 on the first pitch. Robles takes it. Then I had to watch a 9-deck, 732-foot home run happen. And then, of course, Justin Turner with the grand slam. Yeah, as you can tell, I have bottled up frustration about this weekend. I'm not allowing a nice, solid gem from Zach Wheeler and Bryce Harper getting out of the slump, potentially. I'm not allowing that to sidetrack me from a real issue that went down. They were up 5-0 and blew the lead. And we're talking about actually having urgency for once. You heard me. Rob Thompson going to Jeff Hoffman when he did Saturday night was a sign of understanding the moment. We have to win this game. So he goes to his top guns in a little bit of a unique situation, which I think is mandatory and needed because it shows signs of, this is important. And they managed to piss that one away. Bryson Stott throwing the ball over Bryce Harper's head. It goes into the dugout. It gives the Mariners a free bag. Extra innings, having a chance. Now look, did the umpire blow? Of course. Bryce Harper was unfortunately just in a position where there weren't strikes, but they were called strikes, and Estevez had to deal with it too. I'll look at JT, though, and wonder if he did his best job framing the pitches, specifically the one that was on the bottom half of the plate on the outside corner there to a right-handed hitter. I'm like, JT just flung his body all the way to the right. There was no grab, snag, and paint job. So the deception was off. I thought JT stunk at the plate. I watched Nick Castellanos Saturday swing at stuff that is actually impossible for a Major League Baseball player to swing at. You know what irritates me most about Saturday? You were actually in a position with a starter or an opener, in Kirkering and Allard pitching. You were in a position to win a game, which would have set you up for Zach Wheeler, who now we know throws 8 scoreless and was fully locked and loaded with his repertoire. It would have set you up nicely for a chance to finally win a series. They still lost a damn series here, people. I don't want to just get all goo-goo gaga over Bryce Harper having a couple singles and a home run, because that's not enough for me. Stott hit a long ball. Schwarber started the game off Sunday afternoon with the leadoff homer, which I think allowed some of the guys to exhale. I just can't believe that 1-0 score lasted as long as it did. Thank God we got insurance runs there in the 8th inning, because I wouldn't have been able to manage a 9th, a 1-run lead. They would have absolutely given that away. I'm telling you, for sure. So it was fine to see Brandon Marsh get a hit off of a lefty, and he's had a nice couple of hits against lefties recently. It's all good stuff. Bohm goes back-to-back with Bryce. Nice. Breathing room. Good. This only means something to me if, and it's a big if, this translates to winning a series in LA. Because if their offense starts to thrive and they start to do really good things against the Dodgers, who's looking for revenge, considering you embarrassed them the last time you saw them, and now they get a chance to defend their own turf. If you actually have life and all of your big bats establish consistency and they can be effective at the plate, and you win a series against the Dodgers, then this game 3 mattered to me. If you drop the series against the Dodgers, then what did this do? It did nothing. It's just, okay, you're good enough to not get swept by Seattle, but there's still so many internal issues. The big story, though, is Bryce. Because I've never seen a man so down bad. I've seen a man that down bad, but not Bryce. And not someone with the skill set that he has. And it all started with that 12-pitch at-bat on Saturday. Now, full transparency, I thought there were a couple of pitches that he normally does damage with that he fouled back, but he was staying alive, he was battling, and that 12-pitch AB looked to get him out of that spiral. He gets a double, that's great. And then on Sunday, a couple singles. He didn't look perfect before that home run. Still some version of battling things. But it's significantly stronger than 3 swinging Ks and a pop-up to left field, which is what happened when they first got to Seattle. So we're getting off the schneid from a Bryce Harper level. And the question becomes, is that enough to snowball into some passion, into some grit? This team needs to play with, and I love using this word recently, they got to play with that flair. And it's obvious when Bryce is in the downward dumps. It's hard for the rest of the team to find it. He's the guy. He's the face of the franchise. He's it. So I'm just hoping and praying that watching him finally have a multi-hit day and to pull himself out of this gross stretch, that could be enough to inspire a little bit. But it all comes down to, does this actually translate to more? Or do the struggles continue? From a Bryce level and from an overall team level. Bryce is too talented for this to last forever. So maybe we finally got there. It was a grind to get here, but we finally got out of it. We'll see. Only time will tell. But what a unique Sunday afternoon, huh? Brandon Marsh with the catch where he didn't even see the ball and it just pops right into his glove. Robles with the catch out in center field over his shoulder by the wall. I have no damn idea how he was able to make that happen, but ew, that was actually filthy. What? Robles has been pissing me off, though. When he got drilled and he looked at the dugout and started screaming to fire up the team, I was like, damn, that's kind of sick. How come we don't have anybody who's doing that? Instead, it's Alec Boehm crying and throwing his bat and helmet on the ground almost every single time he doesn't do something he wants to do. And while it's fine to show some level of passion, I think when it's overdone, it's all right, dude. Let's stop your crying. That's how I feel about this with the Bohm stuff recently. But it's just because they're losing. 1,000%. I'm willing to admit that. The reason it bothers me is just because they're losing. But they're losing, so what do you want me to do? I sounded the alarms Saturday on the radio. Saturday, I hosted 3 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and the way we started the show, now we actually got sirens. That was not what I did. No, we actually got audio of sirens, but that was me replicating it. reality is, for the first time all year long, this series, there was a moment in time where I wondered, damn, is the division in question? Is there something to be said about Atlanta? Is there something to be said about the Mets? For the first time this series, I wondered, is it a lock? Because I never thought about it. I'm like, dude, the Phils are good. Don't even put any extra time or any set of emotions into the division. While it may get ugly in a certain few series, they'll be good. It's what I've been telling myself for months. 8-0 in the second inning. I'm going, maybe not. Blowing 5-0 leads with your top relievers in the game that's been automatic for essentially all year long. Maybe not.